Hey, future house stackers, this is Damon Santa Maria with stackinghouses.com, and I wanted to make this video for you to show you the inside of Stacking Houses Academy, which is the premier online course for those newer investors looking to get started in real estate. And so I'm going to take you through a quick tutorial, probably about 10 minutes or so. And we'll start off with the dashboard view here. So when you log into your account, you can either start the course or begin here in this introductory part. So we have some great welcome video that you'll start off with. You'll also see that there's a quick biography on my business partner, Jim Garvin, and myself. We are the instructors throughout the course. And the great thing about Jim is that he is a former hospital chief financial officer, and he brings to the table his finance hat. So he's an expert in student housing, he's an expert in rehabbing and flipping properties, and he's got that deep domain knowledge in underwriting deals and creative financing. And he also takes the lead in weeks 5 and week 7, which you'll see here momentarily. As you scroll down, you're going to see the objectives and the syllabus for the course. You're also going to see some additional value add pieces that we've got embedded throughout the course. For example, here, the Glossary of Terms. And we realize that for newer real estate investors, the terminology may be foreign, so to have a quick reference guide for all the terminology is something that you can always reference back to here in the dashboard portion. Additionally, we have some links for your welcome call. When you sign up for Stacking Houses Academy, you're going to want to book a 15-minute welcome call with me so that I can better understand your goals and objectives, not only for the course, but for real estate in general. And then if you want to ever have a one-on-one coaching call with either Jim or myself, there is a Calendly link that you can click here, and we can review a deal that you're looking at, or any other piece throughout the course. Then, as promised, you'll also get a digital download of my book, How to Acquire Your First 10 Investment Properties here. And then finally, you're going to want to join the private Facebook group where there are a ton of like-minded investors, people where you can connect with and possibly even partner with to do a deal as well. So you'll see I'm the instructor here. You'll also be able to keep progress as you go throughout the course. Of course, 0 of 69 lessons completed because we haven't yet started the course, but you'll track your progress here and in the weekly curriculum as well. So week 1, we're going to start off with, and every week we're going to start off with weekly action items. And this is a checklist of things that you're going to want to take a look at before jumping into the curriculum. The curriculum is all in video and audio format. So it's basically like watching Netflix. You hit play and you just watch. You take some notes along the way. So for week 1, this is lesson 1 of 8. So each week there's probably about 6 to 8 different lessons that you're going to go through. And then as you scroll down, you're going to be able to see this download section here. So every week is translated into the MP3 audio portion of the entire week. So if you're in your car, if you're going for a run, you just download that week's audio portion and you can listen to that on the go. Additionally, we have the written transcript for each week as well. So if you want to download that and read it like a book, make your own notes on paper, you have that option as well. For the different action items, we're going to jump into week 1, the learning objectives for week 1. Some of it's more foundational, and then we're going to have different tools and guides throughout the week, throughout the course that you're going to want to fill out, and it'll help you along the way. So, for example, the personal financial statement. This helps quantify all your assets and your liabilities, much like a bank would look at your own personal finance, and this will help you get qualified for financing. Additionally, as I mentioned, we have different guides. So a guide on how to maximize your credit. So I've already downloaded that. So this is an incredible guide that gives you all of the different pointers on how your credit works, and more importantly, how you can improve your credit score. So we have a complete guide on how to do that as well. We also have a goal setting guide. So this uses the SMART methodology: specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. I put this goal setting guide together. Some of this is more soft, but I guarantee you, if you follow the process of each step in each lesson plan, you're going to see that you're going to make incredible progress as you go along. Going back to the curriculum itself, so this is week 1. This is a highlight. So goal setting, saving for your first deal, getting educated, start looking at deals, and then also I give you an insight into my portfolio, and then finally we end each week with the final thoughts and go through that action item list that we started at the beginning of the week. If we take a look at the weekly curriculum, this is all 8 weeks of the curriculum. So after week 1, we're going to jump into week 2 and learn about all of the different types of properties. So that includes single family homes, the 2 to 4 unit properties, which makes a difference in how you get financing. Short-term and vacation rentals and student housing. Short-term rentals is incredibly hot right now. So we have some great strategies on how to basically get into real estate with next to no money down. You can get into real estate without actually owning property. So we take you through some of those strategies. We walk you through multifamily, which are apartment complexes, etc., commercial properties, mobile homes, self-storage, raw land. We jump into some, I guess, lesser known areas of real estate, and this includes land contracts, or what we call contracts for deeds. And this is a great strategy that I've been using for years. We have an interview with Justin Harima, who is an expert on land contracts, who walks you through what land contracts are, how to obtain them, and the value for you. We also have other interviews throughout the week as well. So as I mentioned, short-term rentals, very hot right now. We have a great interview with Austin Anderson, who essentially quit his job after something like 6 months and now has 10 properties where he is basically in the game for next to no money. Week 3, understanding all the different types of expenses. So the different types of mortgages. There are a bunch of different types of mortgages that you can leverage to your benefit. Insurance, taxes, vacancy, the make-ready expenses or rehab expenses, depreciation. Yes, this is an expense that you're going to want to better understand around tax season. And then again, we have different interviews. For example, Sean Huss is one of the leading mortgage lenders for investment properties in the United States. He writes something like 70 loans a month, so he's an expert. Sam Fink is an expert on insurance. We try to bring the best of the best inside this course. Week 4, building out your team. So we have a few different parts here, including real estate agents, brokers, turnkey brokers, lenders, etc., home inspectors, contractors, insurance agents, attorneys, accountants. You're going to want to know how to interview each one of these folks that are on your team so that you're not a solopreneur doing everything yourself. Again, some great interviews with Abby Jozar and Jeremy Veldman. Moving on to week 5, Jim takes the lead here in week 5. This is the complete buying process, and this part is a little bit more lengthy, but Jim takes you through the step-by-step process from basically getting qualified for a loan, the underwriting process, finding the right deals that make the most financial sense, working with agents, working with all the folks that we just spoke about in week 4, getting contractors, having the right insurance on those properties, and taking you through that entire buying process A to Z. And then additionally in week 5, we talk about protecting yourself and creating a company and the different types of legal structures, perhaps an LLC that you'll want to create for asset protection. Quick note, neither Jim nor I are attorneys, so you're going to want to find a qualified legal specialist or an attorney to help you with that as well. Week 6 is perhaps the most important part of this entire class, and that's property management. Whether you're self-managing or you're outsourcing that to a property manager, you're going to want to know the right questions to ask either yourself or when you outsource that process. We have a great interview with Alex Craig, who is a turnkey provider, also a property management expert in Memphis, Tennessee. We also talk about lease agreements, how to structure those lease agreements, etc. Week 7, again, Jim takes the lead here. He is an expert in the rehab and rent-ready process. So he kind of, I dare to use a statement, but dumbs it down for everyone to understand. So we break it down into rehab making easy. He takes you through the 4 major systems to know, including electrical, plumbing, HVAC system, your roof, etc. And you're going to want to know all of those major systems so you can have an educated conversation with contractors if you're looking to rehab a property. Week 8 is the final week. We cover all of the essential concepts, including becoming a real estate professional for tax purposes. We cover diversification, perhaps liquidation if you need to sell a property. What's the right way to liquidate one or several of your properties? We cover a bunch of different topics as well and close out the course. So kind of going back here to, this is the entire 8 weeks. From the curriculum, we also have some advanced strategy pieces that we're adding more pieces to this as we speak. For example, 1031 exchanges. If you're not familiar, a 1031 exchange essentially allows you to sell one property, buy another one with while delaying your tax obligation indefinitely. So there's a complete strategy around 1031 exchanges. We have a few different interviews with Jason Hartman. Jason is a quasi-economist. I love Jason, been listening to his podcast forever, but he's an expert in inflation, which is a hot topic today, turnkey investments, and a wide variety of different real estate ideas as well. And then we have an interview with Aaron Chapman, who is another mortgage lender, one of the leading mortgage lenders, similar to Sean Huss. So that is, in a nutshell, what Stacking Houses is. There's a ton of different tools and guides throughout. And so I've rambled on for about 10 minutes now. I'm going to shut up. But if you have any questions, feel free to email me at damon@stackinghouses.com. And happy investing, my friends.